I want the guy who wore the 3D glasses to come up here. You're my celebrity. And I would like you to help me by giving this brand new, fresh jar of Chicken John Rinaldi. What's new about the Ask Dr. Hal show jar to Chicken John? If you can carry it over there and hand it to him. Thank you very much. Everyone give him a round of applause. Thank you very much for participating in this brief part of my show. Oh, you look very smart with those glasses on. Very good. And careful as you step off the stage, because the blue step is 5 inches lower than the red one. Oh my God. Okay, what's new in the all new Ask Dr. Hal show?
Now, the first serving of Fernet Braca is in a clean glass.
Never been done before.
Generous pay raise for the space science guy. Also not true. Not true at all. A new battery in the smoke detector. Not true, actually. That's not true. We don't have any smoke detectors.
Why are they laughing at that one?
It's a brick building. You can't catch fire. Okay, the Shea Coulee floor recently mopped.
Not true? No.
Chicken John Mega Entertainment Incorporated now includes a low-watt radio.
That is true.
That is true, actually. Right now we are simulcasting on a pirate radio signal. It's 87.9 on your FM dial here, or if you're listening on the internet.
By the way, that's Chicken John Mega Entertainmenter Inc.
www.radiovalencia.fm. We have a new thing here at the Dr. Hal Show. The entire staff of show is older and wiser.
That is true, isn't it? No, that's not true.
So far, it's not funny. Okay, it now starts at 9 p.m. sharp.
True?
Which is not true at all. Okay, and also, we have Smoke Pot Guys. It's true. That's true. Ponies for everyone.
That's true. Come on, they're in the back, aren't they?
There are no ponies.
No.
Valet parking. Valet not included.
Well, that's true.
Cover charge now, nice round number. Fake mustache now more lifelike than the real mustache.
True.
Which is true. And ladies and gentlemen, the number one thing that's so new about the new Ask Dr. Hal show, everyone just got an abortion.
Finally. Did anyone hear about an announcement in NASA yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arsenic.
Yeah.
So now there's life forms on other planets that are made of things that kill life forms on this planet.
No, none of that's true. They made a statement that they had some interesting data that would influence the search for astrobiology on other planets. And then they came out and said that bacteria found at the bottom of Mono Lake is able to incorporate arsenic in replace of where it uses atoms of phosphorus. Truly a remarkable discovery. Does this have anything to do with astrobiology elsewhere? Well, let's get to the bottom of that. Since all the newspapers and all the TV shows have been talking about how this points to the fact that we're going to go to other planets and find arsenic-based life where there's phosphorus-based life. Okay, well, here's the rest of the story. Do you know how rare phosphorus is in the universe?
How rare is it?
Very rare. Extremely rare, Bishop Joey. And what is even more rare than phosphorus in the universe?
Comedy.
Arsenic. Arsenic. How would evolution work with something that is incredibly rare when it's hard enough to find phosphorus there? In addition, arsenic-based compounds are not stable in water. And something else? Some of the statements made by the scientists about the incorporation of arsenic into the backbone of DNA, replacing the phosphorus and nucleic acids, well, that was done just by a very, shall we say, rough test. And in fact, it is far from proven. I think that there'll be sort of the rest of the story coming out on this one. It's not a big deal, as they said. However, it is important science to find out that you can substitute other elements in simple life forms and occasionally get them to survive and get a paper and get on TV.
Get off the stage!
What is that? This is a real image taken from space. What is it?
Album cover.
I'll tell you about it next week.
It's a cliffhanger. It's a cliffhanger. Ladies and gentlemen, if it wasn't for Pete Goldie coming here on the weekly space talk, you wouldn't care. It wouldn't matter. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't come here, he would still be doing that space talk, but he would just be doing it for his wife. And that's true. At home. Alone. If it wasn't for you putting your bag on that chair, I would have put out the exact correct amount of chairs. There's one chair empty over there, and you put your bag on that chair. There's 2 more people who just walked in. I just want you to know that I knew exactly how many people were coming. You know?
How are they doing?
Some guys just have that kind of thing, and other guys are K-Rob. Ladies and gentlemen, now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, may I present to you the sage of the Odeon Bar, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Hal.
Of man's first disobedience, at the fruit of that forbidden tree whose mortal taste brought death into the world and all our woe, with loss of Eden, till one greater man restore us, and regain the blissful seat. Sing, heavenly muse, that on the secret top of Oreb or of Sinai didst inspire that shepherd who first taught the chosen seed in the beginning, how the heavens and earth rose out of chaos. Or if Sion hill delight thee more, and Siloa's brook that flowed fast by the oracle of God, I thence invoke thy aid to my adventurous song, that with no middle flight intends to soar above the Aeonian mount, while it pursues things unattempted yet in prose or rhyme. And chiefly, thou, O Spirit, who dost prefer before all temples the upright heart and pure, instruct me, for thou knowest. Thou from the first wast present, and with mighty wings outspread, dove-like satst brooding on the vast abyss, and madest it pregnant. What is dark in me, illumine. What is low, raise and support, that to the height of this great argument I may assert eternal providence, and justify the ways of God to men. And we also hope to entertain you in our educational message of the Ask Dr. Hal show. It's traditional at this point to deliver a slight homily on just how the exciting and ever-evolving game of the Ask Dr. Hal show is played. So if your patience and forbearance will endure this moment of explication, I will race through it and soon arrive at the end, so long as I began at the beginning, right here. The Ask Dr. Hal show has evolved by fits and bounds, by slow increments, per gradus ad ima. Yes, the Ask Dr. Hal has lumbered on its evolutionary path from its murky beginnings in the primordial swamps of the Odeon Bar to its Holocene age, which it is now. And you know, folks, this wasn't without a little bit of pain and turmoil. But what do we have to show for our long plod down the historic path? We have something exceptional. This is radio, not just the live show. What we're doing now is being broadcast at the speed of light at 87.9 FM on your radio dial, and also conveniently available as a podcast. So you can listen to this show again and again. If that floats your boat, yes you can. All through the magic, the technology of radio. Maybe it's time to have another episode of Telethon. But in the fullness of time, you will find it gradually disappears below the threshold of your perception, though you may still have it, as a stirring cough will remind you on odd occasions.
Right. I would like to ask our doorman, Jimmy. Jimmy, can you hear me? Is Jimmy?
He's nearby.
Jimmy, Michael Rosenberg has reported to us that the signal is distorted. Go and
Fix the signal.
make the signal not to
Well, we are in the early days of pirate radio. For us,
these people are still learning how to work
And
the
he's the
equipment.
manager.
it's new, all new, ladies and
A
gentlemen.
lot of knobs, lots of ways for it to sound
More complicated than the cockpit of a Boeing 747. But it's strange. We learn by doing. And all of us have been kicked off other pirate radio stations.
It's true.
So now we have our own.
We actually, all of us, separately, have all been kicked off
Wow,
other pirate
dinosaurs.
radio stations. Now, if you want to feel like a fucking loser, let me tell you how you can feel like a loser. Get kicked off a pirate radio station that you're paying dues to be on. You know what I mean? Like you're paying for a show, and the egomaniac, douche dick, fucking programming guys like, hey, this isn't working out, blah blah blah. Anyhow, so I mean, I shouldn't say bad things about radio, about Monkey on the radio.
What?
Because
No.
I stole his fucking, after the FCC fined him $10,000, I took his what do you call that? The slot,
Frequency.
87.9. Why does chicken always wear a hat?
Well, I often wonder, Travis, whether this actually bothers people, because a hat not only provides the head needed protection from cold or the solar exposure, which can be so damaging, the solar radiation causing the top of one's bald head to become sunburned creates a humiliating and embarrassing condition that one wishes to avoid at all costs. But neither of these practical considerations is at the root of Chicken John's insistence, or my own for that matter, on wearing a hat. The fact is that when one adds to the head with a piece of headgear, one confers upon the wearer a slight bit of authority. That's why military officers have those hats that with the great big round brims that make their heads look big. You know, you see the North Korean military, they're small guys, but they've got huge hats. Why? Because they are the symbols of authority. And so, since during this short time, for as long as you choose to remain with us, we are in control here, we wear hats.
How about this question? For Turkish Thanksgiving, do they eat Americans?
Well, that is an aspersion on the Ottoman Empire and the remnant of the Muslim world. But this would be an unclean meat for even the people of the book whom we don't like. No, you might well ask if turkeys would eat humans on Thanksgiving. Well, if they knew that that was the option rather than to be eaten themselves, they would gladly do so. Besides being barnyard fowl, they are eclectic in their taste. And like chickens, which eat anything, including chicken, which they love, the turkey is also not Catholic in a gustatory sense. Although it may be in a religious sense, and much good may that do these struggling birds during the holidays. You know, it was old Ben Franklin who thought the turkey ought to be our national bird instead of the eagle. All the warlike countries go in for the eagle, a raptorial bird which rends other creatures and feeds on carrion. But no, he was overruled, and so like the Nazis or the double eagle of the Tsars or the Roman eagles, we've got the symbol of empire, perhaps to curse our sad land. Yeah, you know, if it were Ask Pete Goldie, I'd ask him a bunch of science questions. I've often wanted to know the answer, like, why no southern aurora? Why is the aurora borealis only a northern phenomenon? If it's caused by the solar photosphere, huh? What about that, Pete Goldie? But perhaps we'll never know. But radio waves themselves are propagated at the fastest speed in our universe, which is the fastest thing there is, the speed of light. The waves travel at the speed of light. Sound waves travel much slower, at Mach 1, the speed of sound.
Aren't we clean when we use them?